What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Mammoth Grinder, entitled Crypt. This is released on Relapse Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Austin, Texas, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very aggressive, sludgy, hardcore punk-fueled style of death metal. Yeah. When it comes to Texas metal bands, I consider a band like Mammoth Grinder to be a force to be reckoned with. Anytime you hear something from this band, you know it's going to be unbelievably crushing and heavy, and this band never, in my humble view, disappoints. Ever since I first heard, I got to see this band live back in 2013, I was completely hooked on their sound, their approach to death metal, all of their wild influences. I mean, being new to the band, my first introduction to them was the last time we had heard a full length from them back in 2013 with Underworlds. When I saw that artwork, when I got to see them live, and then when I finally got to play that album from front to back, I immediately got hooked. I love this band's approach to death metal, not only for the fact that they appreciate what death metal is all about, but they also incorporate the elements of hardcore punk, D-beat, and all those other sorts of influences, and it only led me on to further finding out more great things about this band's body of work, from full-length material like Rage and Ruin to Extinction of Humanity, to EP releases like Obsessed with Death, to even their unbelievably godly split with Hatred Surge. That split is probably one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Everything about that split ruled, but Mammoth Grinder have always been consistent. A lot of the people in Mammoth Grinder have been busy people themselves too. I believe 2/3 of the current lineup are in the band Iron Reagan right now, and of course their vocalist, bassist Chris Olch is also the drummer for another Texas metal band that's a force to be reckoned with right now, Power Trip. That band is on such a meteoric rise, it's insane. But getting back to Mammoth Grinder, when I found out that there was going to be a new Mammoth Grinder album coming out in the new year, I was extremely excited. I was very curious to see how long they've progressed since the last time we had heard a full length from them, what kind of tricks were going to be brought to the table, and now here we are with their fourth full length entitled Crypt. Interestingly enough, they had previously put out a demo under that same album name called Crypt, but yeah, we have a full length now called Crypt. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 28 minutes in length, and pretty much this is following the same sort of idea that was on the last record, where it was a very short, sweet and to the point record. But the minute you hear the opening riffs on Grimmenstein, and then once you speed along all throughout the majority of this record, I honestly feel that this is some of the strongest, most tight-knit material Mammoth Grinder have done yet, and this is probably the best damn thing I've ever heard this band do. This is easily, miles away, one of the best records of 2018, and it's just so crazy to see how far Mammoth Grinder have come along since then. Musically, it's just stunning. The fact that a power trio like this can create such heavy music within such a short period of time makes things so impressive. I love the guitar playing being done all throughout this album. The tone, the riffs, the delivery, the death metal and punk influences are so very much vibrant and alive here. Going back to tracks like Grimmenstein and then Blazing Burst, Superior Firepower, unbelievably tight-knit riffs being done here on this album, to even some of the lengthier tracks like Human is Obsolete, where you get a little bit more of that dirgy, sludgy sort of influence going on here. I love that diversity within these guitar riffs. It just sounds awesome. The bass work on here is not too shabby either. You hear everything very well. It's very rattling. It has that deep, booming, rattling effect going on here, and I love that about this bass guitar tone. It definitely, this bottom end is so perfect. It fits this sound and vibe and just the overall listening experience. It just feels awesome. The drum work on here is so awesome. Again, a quick sort of record flies by at a great speed. This drummer keeps a great pace going. The D beats, the punk beats, the death metal sort of styles going on here. It really does make a difference, and this drumming is so wonderful to listen to. The short songs work out very well. Divine Loss, Mysticism, just some seriously top-notch drumming going on here. And when it comes to the vocals, I honestly think Chris's vocals have become a lot more primal and a lot more enraged sounding here. He definitely, there's been a fire lit underneath this guy, and he really shows it here on Cosmic Crypt. His vocal performance is so sensational. Just his wording, his delivery, his growls, his aggression, it shows on every single song on here, and he really does show why he is such a multi-talented sort of musician, not just behind a drum kit, but behind a bass guitar and behind a microphone. This guy has so much charisma. It's just so amazing to see how far this guy has come along here. And on Cosmic Crypt, his vocal work is stellar. Grimmenstein, Blazing Burst, Human is Obsolete, Locust's Nests, just some seriously top-notch songwriting, vocal deliveries going on here. So overall, to me, this is the best Mammoth Grinder album yet. Short, sweet, to the point, all killer, no filler. This is a Mammoth Grinder album for the ages. I definitely think if you're into anything this band has put out, you're going to find something to fall in love with Cosmic Crypt. This is some seriously sensational stuff. Texas is the reason. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Grimmenstein, Servant of the Most High, Molotov is another top-notch track, Superior Firepower, holy shit, that song rules. Human is Obsolete. Just an awesome listen all the way through. Definitely worth repeated listens. So if you haven't, sorry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Mammoth Grinder Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. This band is currently on a route of North American touring right now. If they happen to be playing anywhere near you, definitely go make the effort to see them. You will not be disappointed. This band puts on a tremendous live show. So again, the album is Cosmic Crypt by Mammoth Grinder. This is released on Relapse Records. Go support this. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Definitely another one to add into some of the best releases of 2018 so far. Mammoth Grinder have returned, and they've returned with full force. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous Mammoth Grinder releases, or any of you guys into Mammoth Grinder. Definitely let me know. I'm gonna conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.